You don't want to miss this one.
I'll make my own decisions. What a stupid thing to say. Lord, I need you every day.
We were about to start a new series, but then I went to church yesterday. I go to church every Sunday, but yesterday this was pointed out to me. And I've heard this before, and so have you, if you've been in the Christian community for any amount of time. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is deeper than we think it is. 2 years ago, almost to the day, it was actually the last time I saw my grandkids in person. And I was angry. I was angry. Mostly at God for allowing it to happen. But I've been working on not being mad at the people who did me wrong, because I don't know if you can really call it that. In Genesis, Joseph says this. He makes a really good point. This is after his brothers sold him into slavery. Yeah, they actually did him wrong, in my eyes. But Joseph says this. Don't be afraid. Am I in the place of God? You planned evil against me. God planned it for good to bring about the present result, the survival of many people. Therefore, don't be afraid. I will take care of you and your children. And he comforted them and spoke kindly to them. I'll tell you, I don't always feel like speaking kindly to anybody who's done me wrong. And then yesterday, we went here. Let's go to Psalm 103 together. The forgiving God is the label that the CSB version gives it. Of David. My soul, bless the Lord, and all that is within me, bless his holy name. My soul, bless the Lord, and do not forget all his benefits. He forgives all your iniquity. He heals all your diseases. He redeems your life from the pit. He crowns you with faithful love and compassion. He satisfies you with good things. Your youth is renewed like the eagle. The Lord executes acts of righteousness and justice for all the oppressed. He reveals his ways to Moses, his deeds to the people of Israel. Here it is. The Lord is compassionate and gracious, slow to anger, and abounding in faithful love. He will not always accuse us or be angry forever. He has not dealt with us as our sins deserve, or repaid us according to our iniquities. Stop. Thank you, Lord. For as high as the heavens are above the earth, so great is his faithful love toward those who fear him. As far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. As a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear him, who have reverent fear of him. I added that last part. For he knows what we're made of, remembering that we are dust. As for man, his days are like grass. He blooms like a flower of the field. When the wind passes over it, it vanishes, and its place is no longer known. But from eternity to eternity, the Lord's faithful love is toward those who fear him, and his righteousness toward the grandchildren of those who keep his covenant, who remember to observe his precepts. The Lord has established his throne in heaven, and his kingdom rules over all. Bless the Lord, all his angels of great strength, who do his word, obedient to his command. Bless the Lord, all his armies, his servants who do his will. Bless the Lord, all his works in all the places where he rules. My soul, bless the Lord. Sometimes we think we've forgiven what has been done to us. I know I keep putting that in air quotes because we tend to feel oppressed and like we were done wrong. But how many times have you done somebody wrong? I can't count how many times I've done someone wrong. And you know what? In the thing that I went through 2 years ago, I wasn't completely innocent. And I'm not going to act like I was, because I was not. And I keep telling myself, maybe God was actually saving us from something. It's possible that who knows what could have happened? What if something bad had happened if we had remained together? What if, I know I'm kind of adding to this, but what if maybe we had died? And that would have caused huge, great harm. Anything could have happened. I could have made a mistake and harmed my grandchildren by accident. Who knows what the reason is? And you know what? The reason might not even be any of that either. The reason could be that God wanted to teach me a lesson. God gives and God takes away. And that's his prerogative. I got 5 amazing years with my grandkids at the beginning of their life. And I knew how blessed I was to be in their life as much as I was. And who knows what the future holds? Like Joseph said, maybe there's something that this needed to happen for. What we think people mean for bad, maybe God means for good. And as unfun as this is, unforgiveness eats us, and it is toxic, and it will rot the inside of you if you let it. We all make mistakes. What if I made a mistake and somebody refused to forgive me? I know how I would feel. That would be horrible. I don't hold it over them. I refuse to want them to pay for what they did to me, because I don't want to pay for what I've done to somebody else. And while that hasn't been my frame of mind has been, these people hurt me. But does that do any good? No. That just makes a toxic mindset. And all I'm doing is waving their bad deeds in front of somebody if I tell somebody what happened to me. That's not okay. And God is not okay with that. That is called sin. That's called me sinning. I don't know if you needed to hear this today, but if you've got unforgiveness in your heart, you need to repent, just like I am. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm saying refuse those thoughts. Tell them where they can go. When you get them, and you will get those thoughts, refuse them. Take your thoughts captive and don't allow it. It's not godly and it's not okay. It's sin. You know that cup of wrath that Jesus says that he's about to drink? That cup of wrath has unforgiveness in it. Here's the thing. Sin had to be paid for. Jesus stepped off his throne and put on human flesh to become sin. Let that one sink in. He became unforgiveness amongst a lot of other sins. we're talking about unforgiveness today. He became that, and God poured out his wrath on Jesus. So we didn't have to pay for unforgiveness and all of our other sins. If you have time, I suggest listening to this sermon in the link below. That's from my service yesterday at my church. So good, so good. Very important. And we all need to hear it. In society, we talk about forgiveness a lot, but do we actually live forgiveness? I challenge you to do a heart check. We all have someone that we need to forgive. Who do you need to forgive? And as always, thank you so much for being here today. Don't forget to hit subscribe right there and click the bell.
We were made to love,
and you'll get notifications for when we have another
reason why
video.
we're here, the
Hit that
reason
like
why
button
it
for me
gave
too, please.
us
And I will
life.
see you next
We were
time.
made to show the love
Maranatha.
of Christ. We know this is why we're here. This is why he gave us life. So let his love shine through in everything we do. It's all for love. He commanded above all things to love the Lord with all our mind, heart, soul, and strength.